Hey, hello, and welcome to this episode of Learn Everyday English, your roadway to English proficiency. Hey, we're in the studio today, really in the other room in my house, and we're going to be talking about a word today that you've probably heard. The word is called break, B-R-E-A-K. But there's another word that sounds just like B-R-E-A-K, but it's spelled B-R-A-K-E, but it's pronounced break as well. But we're going to be talking about B-R-E-A-K, break. But the other break, B-R-A-K-E, is like the brake that you have on your car, or the brakes on your car that helps your car to stop. But we're going to talk about B-R-E-A-K, which has a totally different meaning. And we're going to be using other words that go along with break. So I hope you'll find this video interesting. But before we start and before we jump into this lesson today, hey, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and tell your friends about it. I'm sure they could benefit too, just like you. Hey, and that rhymed. You know what a rhyme is? They can benefit too, just like you. Haha, that's a rhyme. So let's jump right into today's lesson. Well, you probably heard the word break before, like you can break something, which means you can damage something, or you can maybe have something that is split into two parts. You break something. Maybe you're drinking a glass of water or a cup, ceramic cup. You drop the cup on the floor, the cup breaks into, we say, a million little pieces. But that's the typical word for break that most people know. So I'll give you an example for that. So to break something is to physically damage something, For example, John dropped the glass vase and it broke when it hit the floor. John dropped the glass vase and it broke when it hit the floor. A vase is just a something that you put flowers in. It's a container that usually sits on a table. You put flowers in and put water in so the flowers can look nice and keep growing for a while. That's a vase, V-A-S-E. Another example sentence for break is this. Mary broke her leg in 3 places in a skiing accident. Mary broke her leg in 3 places in a skiing accident. So here we're using the past tense of break, which is broke. So she broke her leg. Skiing is a type of sport you can do on snow. So that's to break something. That's pretty common. You all probably know that already. So let's go into something new. There's an expression in English, and we say, give me a break. Give me a break. Or sometimes instead of say give me, we say gimme, gimme, give me a break. Give me a break, or give me a break. And we can say give me, like give me some money. I can say, hey, give me some money. Give me that. Hey, give me that. Give me that. So that's very common. Give me a break is an expression that is used when you want to tell someone to stop bothering you, stop annoying you, or to stop criticizing you, or also to stop treating you unfairly, or also to stop saying things that don't seem accurate, or things that are ridiculous. Ridiculous means that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem right. For example, and also give me a break has another meaning, which can mean give me a chance or give me an opportunity to do something or to make something right. Hey, give me a break. Give me another chance. Give me another opportunity. For an example sentence, give me a break. And maybe you're talking to your friend about basketball. Your friend is a LeBron James fan. LeBron James is a very famous basketball player. And you all are talking about LeBron James, versus or comparing him to Michael Jordan. So you can say, hey, you think that LeBron James is a better basketball player than Michael Jordan? Really? Give me a break. Give me a break. You think that LeBron James is a better basketball player than Michael Jordan? Really? Give me a break. Give me a break. That means I'm saying to my friend, there's no comparison. Michael Jordan is a much better basketball player. What you're saying doesn't make sense. What you're saying is ridiculous. So, hey, give me a break. The next example sentence, for example, hey, why are you criticizing me for being late to work when you have been late the past 2 days yourself? So say maybe your friend is complaining that you arrived to work late, but he himself has arrived to work late too. So he has no reason to criticize you, right? So you can tell him, hey, why are you criticizing me for being late to work when you, yourself, have been late to work for the past 2 days? Give me a break. Give me a break. That means like, hey, that's ridiculous. What you're saying to me doesn't make sense. It's not fair. Give me a break. Finally, this is the one example sentence when somebody just needs an opportunity or a chance to do something. And usually this happens with people that may have a record, which means somebody that has been in jail or prison for a while. We say, he has a record. He has a record. That means he has spent time in jail. And this person can say, no company wants to hire me because I have a record. I just need someone to give me a break. No company wants to hire me because I have a record. I just need someone to give me a break. I just need someone to give me a chance, an opportunity to work. I will show them what I can do. The second example sentence is, I can't catch a break. I can't catch a break. And this means I can't have anything good happen to me. I can't have anything good happen to me. It seems like everything that happens to me is bad. For example, hey, this month has been terrible. I lost my job, my car broke down, and I am being evicted from my apartment. I just can't seem to catch a break. This month has been terrible. I lost my job, my car broke down, and I am being evicted from my apartment. I just can't seem to catch a break. And to be evicted means like you're being kicked out of or thrown out of or asked to leave your apartment. That is being evicted. The next example phrase using the word break is to take a break. To take a break. And you probably have heard this. And it means to rest and stop doing something for a short period of time. To take a rest and stop doing something for a short period of time. For example, I can say this. I've been working on this project for 5 hours straight. I need to take a break for a little while and get some fresh air. I've been working on this project for 5 hours straight. 5 hours straight means without stopping, straight. Or sometimes say if you're driving somewhere, you can say, hey, we drove straight through. We drove straight through. That means we didn't stop. But I've been working on this project for 5 hours straight. I need to take a break for a little while and get some fresh air. Fresh air means to go outside and breathe and relax. The next example phrase using the word break is, break it to me gently. Break it to me gently. And this means to deliver or to tell someone bad news in a way that is calm or less hurtful or less impactful. That means, again, it means to deliver information to give someone information or to tell someone bad news in a way that is calm or less hurtful or impactful. For example, I know you have some bad news to give me. Hey, just break it to me gently. I know you have some bad news for me. Hey, just break it to me gently. That means don't just come out and tell it to me very forcefully and that it's going to hurt me very badly. Kind of make it softer for me too, so I can take it or handle it better. That's break it to me gently. I think there was a song in English by that name called Break It To Me Gently. You might want to look that up and Google that. The next example phrase is like to break an agreement, a contract, or a promise. To break an agreement, a contract, and two, especially a promise. And this means to get out of doing something or to not follow through with something you agreed to do or you said you would do. To get out of doing something or not do something, or not, we say, follow through or continue with something that you agreed to do or said you would do. For example, Steve broke his rental contract for his apartment and just suddenly moved out during the middle of the night without saying anything. Steve broke his rental contract for his apartment and just suddenly moved out during the middle of the night without saying anything. So Steve had a contract to live in a place in his apartment, but instead of following through, he just left and kind of broke the contract, broke the agreement. Example 2, Jane broke her promise to her son by not taking him to Disney World like she said she was going to do. So Jane told her son, hey, I promise you I'm going to take you to Disney World maybe this summer, but she didn't do that. So we say she broke her promise. She broke her promise. Again, Jane broke her promise to her son by not taking him to Disney World like she said she was going to do. And another thing before we go on to the next example, if you need some help as additional assistance while listening to this, you can turn on the subtitles and follow along in English if that will help you. And I do that too when I'm listening to certain videos in, say, Spanish. It's a little bit fast for me to understand or difficult, and that helps out quite a bit. But I think it's good not to use subtitles if you don't need to. And don't slow the video down and try to listen to it at a slower speed. I think it's important that you continue to listen to videos at a regular, normal speed. That's going to help you. Okay, the next example phrase with the word break is to break in or to break into. Break in or break into something, which is to physically enter a location or place without permission, sometimes with the intent to rob or steal. So it means to break in physically is to enter physically without permission with the intent or intention to rob, steal, or to take something. But to break into can also have a different meaning, and it's usually used with people that want to go into acting, we say, or maybe theater, show business. It's called show business. Television, maybe radio. They want to make a career, become famous in show business. So we say they want to try to break into that area, that break into that field. And that's how we use break into. For example, the first example of break in, someone broke into my house last night and stole my big screen TV. Someone broke into my house last night and stole my big screen TV. The second example has to do with show business, and it's this. I can tell you about myself and say this. I have been taking acting lessons and one day hope to break into show business. I have been taking acting lessons and one day I hope to break into show business. Or one day I hope to be famous on the TV screen because of my taking acting lessons. The next example phrase with break is to break out of, break out of. This can either mean to escape from a physical location or to escape or kind of to get out of an emotional state that you're into, a temporary emotional state. For example, number one, the criminals or the prisoners broke out of jail last night by digging a tunnel under the fence. The criminals broke out of jail last night by digging a tunnel under the fence. So that's broke out. Here's another one using with an emotional state. You need to break out of that depression and get back to being your old self. You need to break out of that depression you're in and get back to being your own self. And this is another phrase, to get back to being your own self. Like you need to return to how you used to be. The old you, we say your old self, your old self. And here's another one. Someone can tell you this. I can't seem to break out of this funk I'm in. I can't seem to break out of this funk I'm in. This is kind of real slang usage, and we use the word funk. And funk is like when you're in kind of a bad or different situation, something that's not normal for you. So this can be like sadness you're going through, depression, you're just not feeling normal. We say, hey, you're in a funk. I just can't return to a state of normalcy or a state of maybe happiness. The next example phrase with break is to break it down, break it down. And this means to explain something clearly so that it can be easily understood. To explain something clearly so that it can be easily understood. For example, I couldn't understand the math problem at first, but then my teacher broke it down to me in a way that was very clear, so now I understand what is going on. I couldn't understand the math problem at first, but then my teacher broke it down to me in a way that was very clear, so now I understand what is going on. And maybe hopefully I am breaking down this English lesson using the word break so that is clear to you. So I'm breaking it down to you, like breaking it down also into smaller pieces and explaining step by step can mean to break it down. But another phrase with break and down is to break down, to break down. And this just means to stop working or stop functioning normally. And usually this has to do with a piece of machinery or car or object. For example, my car broke down in the middle of the freeway yesterday. My car broke down in the middle of the freeway yesterday. So my car stopped working. My car stopped running. My car died. Sometimes we say my car went dead. So that means broke down. Maybe your bicycle broke down on you. Your washing machine broke down. That's very common. And the last expression we're going to look at is to break up with. To break up with. And this has to do with relationships between people. And this means to end a relationship with someone. To end a relationship with someone or to stop seeing someone. We say that you broke up with that person, for example. And I'm going to use the word funk that we learned earlier. I can say this. Hey, I'm in a funk. Like I just don't feel well. I don't feel normal. I'm in a funk. My girlfriend just broke up with me this morning. I'm in a funk. I don't know what to do. I just can't focus. I can't work. because my girlfriend just broke up with me this morning. So those are expressions using the word break. And this idea for this lesson, I can say just came to me one day, just came to me, which means it kind of popped into my mind, we say. It came into my mind suddenly. And I was thinking about the word break. Something happened around the house, and I said, hey, that's interesting. There's a lot of different ways to use the word break, and I didn't even realize that. Because as English speakers, we take it for granted because it's common for us. But I said, hey, the students on the Learn Everyday English YouTube channel could probably benefit from this and maybe would like to know the different usages or different ways to use the word break. So I brainstormed. That's another word or expression. I brainstormed. That means I thought about something for a period of time and came down kind of with a list of ideas. That's to brainstorm. For example, I could see, talk to your friends, you're trying to figure out a problem. You can tell everybody, hey, let's get together. We need to brainstorm how to figure out this problem. So I brainstormed and came down with a list of expressions using the word break. So again, we have give me a break. I can't catch a break. To take a break, break it to me gently. Again, the first one is just to break something. To break an agreement, contract, or promise. To break in or to break into. Break out of. Break it down. And finally, to break up with. So hopefully you enjoyed this lesson. You found it informative and informational. And if you did, again, hit the like button and subscribe. Hey, tell your friends about it so that they can benefit. The channel is growing. I guess I'm close to 1,000 subscribers now. And I've been getting some good comments from a lot of people saying that the lessons benefit them. And they like the format, especially when I go out and show you real life situations so that you can learn English from a more realistic standpoint or viewpoint, as we say. So I'm going to try to maybe go out this week and make a video and have that for you next week about something I'm going to do or place I'm going to go. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. That means to watch out for, be ready for, be waiting for that video. But again, thanks for sharing your time with me to watch these videos. And I hope you again got something out of it. And I hope to see you again. Remember, you're watching Learn Everyday English. So have a good week wherever you may be. And we'll see you later. Hey, goodbye.